for a DCP lectures over there. To begin with, I would request respected Dr. Anil Kumar Srivastava sir for the welcome address.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tiwari. Honorable Chairman, AICTE Professor Anil D. Srivastava, all the distinguished academicians who are part of the AICTE as a distinguished chair professor, and all the head of institutions. There are 52 institutions which has been selected this year for assigning of the DCP lectures. So we just have a two slide details of the scheme, so that all the institutions could be aware about what are the integrity of the scheme. Subsequently, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable Chairman, sir, and all the DCPs will interact with the institutions. Genius. So DCP scheme was started last year, and we have got tremendous response from our institutions. They have encouraged us also to give the benefit of this scheme to this year also. So we have invited the expression of interest from the institutions who have an IRF ranking of up to 300 in engineering category. So large number of institutions has applied, and subsequently 52 institutions which we have selected for the assigning the DCPs to the different institutions. So I just want to inform you, all of you in brief, although we have shared this through a letter also, that AICTE has assigned a particular DCP to the institutions. Then the travel cost will be supported by the AICTE. In addition to this, AICTE will be given a token honorarium of 10,000 for the maximum 5 lectures per institute. Next, please. Now the role of the institution is to promote the local hospitality if they are traveling over there. So these lectures could be organized only in online mode also, in the offline mode also. But we request all the DCPs, if it is possible, to please do travel to those institutions so that there is a face-to-face interaction with the students and faculty member over there. Then in addition to this, all the local hospitality, they also have to invite the students from their own institutions and the nearby institutions in the same city also, because all the distinguished professors are the eminent academicians and the scientists from the different fields. So we request all the institutions to invite the nearby student and the faculty from the other institutions also, so that they could also get the benefit of these lectures. All the lectures to be completed by 31st January 2023. And for after completion of every lecture, by tomorrow we will also share one format for the report, so that immediately on the next day of the lecture, please do submit the report so that we can process it for the release of the on review. So these are the some of the features. Now next please. These are the different institutions to which we have assigned the DCP. So in this year, all the institutions are NIRF ranking, and they are the eminent institutions like IIT, Kalinga, NIT, the different institutions across different states of India. So we have assigned to all the 18 DCPs which are part of the AICTE Distinguished Chair Professor scheme. So with this, I again welcome Honorable Chairman sir and the distinguished professors in the scheme. Now I request Honorable Chairman sir to kindly address.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, greetings for Ganesha Chaturthi, a festival which is celebrated all over India today.
Same to you.
It's a very important occasion. We are meeting with the distinguished chair professors whom AICTE identified 2 years ago, and we have been continuing during pandemic in an online mode. And now possibly we will be in a position to go physically to those institutions and motivate and inspire faculty, students, management, and also neighboring institutions through this particular scheme. When we started this activity, this was based on some previous experience of when some of the eminent professors of distinguished institutions as well as scientists go to such institutions in our country. There has been a great enthusiasm that was noticed in different parts of the country. And why can't we have a formal mechanism of creating what is known as distinguished chair professors of AICTE, and who then can be asked to visit some of these colleges? And that's how we started off with this scheme. And the success of this scheme is visible from two counts. The professors whom we have chosen, wherever they went, they had also got an excellent response from the students and faculty of those institutions. And the feedback which we have received from the colleges, students, and the management has been also highly encouraging. And everyone was saying this year, why is it not being announced? So I received at least several mails from both professors of eminence as well as from the institutions that such a good scheme which was started, why is it stopped? I said it's not stopped. Our bureau was slightly busy with some other activities. They had asked for expression of interest from several institutions, and once it is compiled, we will continue to have this scheme going. I thank Dr. Srivastava, my colleague, director, who handles the faculty development programs, and also his other colleagues in the AICTE, who have been after this particular scheme to make it a grand success. And all of you must have already experienced wherever you went, there is a huge enthusiasm in learning something. And this is very important. And we have been talking about this from my experience in College of Engineering, Pune, where chairman of the board of governors was Dr. F.C. Kohli, and who used to often say that institutions of eminence like IITs, IIMs, Indian Institute of Science, they cannot remain in ivory towers, and they must go and do some kind of a action in the tier 2, tier 3 city colleges, because talent exists everywhere. Talent is not just in IITs, but also in the tier 2, tier 3 cities. And when we were engaging some of the excellent faculty in our institutions, in colleges which are state government colleges or some of the private colleges in the states, we found some of the students will do much better than even IIT students. And they were not getting that kind of input. And that is where we started off with this scheme. And it has been indeed a roaring success in the last 2 years. And we have slightly expanded the number of people. There have been suggestions about new persons to be added to the already existing kitty of 20 odd people who are there with us as distinguished chair professors. We will certainly add on as we go along, because we need to reach to all of these tier 2, tier 3 colleges, which are about
Of
10,000
freedom
in number of
is
technical education. There are architecture, pharmacy, engineering, management, hotel management, applied art, craft, design, which all AICT deals with. All of them are aspiring to get someone or the other as quickly as possible. So there is a lot of enthusiasm and interest. And therefore, the responsibility on all of you who you are already doing it, I don't have to say, that your role there is to mentor them, to lift them up, so that that institution will start competing with each other, collaborating with each other, and also get connected with some of the excellent institutions in the country, be it IITs or NITs or Indian Institute of Science or Delhi University, any of these well-known institutions. And there is a to and fro movement of faculty, students, and the national education policy already has empowered in terms of credit transfer from one institute to the other. There is an academic bank of credit. So there are many features in the new national education policy which are empowering for all of these institutions. And your role in mentoring them is of absolutely great importance. And we are very, very thankful to you for accepting this. You know, as someone was informally discussing prior to this, that we are all retired more than 10 years ago and all that, but the kind of energy I see in all of you, some of them 75, 80, and the scheme when initially was written, note was written that it is up to 75 or something. Dr. Chidambaram wrote me back, I have crossed 80 long back, do you want me still to be there? But with the kind of melodious voice that he has, it looks like he's a young 40-year-old man, actually. And Dr. Chidambaram's voice is almost like childlike. Many times when he talks to me on telephone, it appears to me like that. So all of you are highly energetic despite whatever age. And I again remember Dr. Kohli's statement at the time of, I think, 60th year celebration of, if I remember, Ashok Mishra ji. He said the age should be counted till 60, and after that it should be counted in the reverse order, so that you become more and more younger and then deliver more and more. I think that's what we have been all doing. You are young people, and may the God bless you to have very, very long life and then create an enthusiastic atmosphere in all our academic institutions. I would not like to say anything more than this. You may comment, you may have suggestions, you may also give us some ideas about how do we improve it further. And if there are some queries, that also you can say right now, and then we'll go ahead. Thank you very much. Namaskar on this very
Thank you.
important
Thank you.
festive occasion.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Now it is open for the honorable DCPs to kindly share their experiences or the ideas of how to improve upon this scheme.
What is the role of distance mode operation, in the sense that if we want to give a lecture and probably going to some place may not be possible at this point in time, but can we do a online lecture?
Yeah, we can continue to do the online lecture. We have already done it during pandemic.
Yeah, we had done that.
Wherever possible, we will go physically so that we will have a one-to-one connect, that human to human interaction in online is of one level. When we go there, it is of a different level. And
Yeah,
therefore,
that's true.
it is
But
advisable.
what I mean to say is that if you make a mix of the two,
Absolutely.
that will be desirable.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Professor
Okay.
Dhandeji, yeah, absolutely. Agreed.
Thank
Because we have also learned during pandemic that we can be as effective as in the physical mode through the online mode also.
Yeah.
Provided we create that interest, we create that enthusiasm, the manner in which we deal with, depending on that, even in a classroom, sometimes students feel bored. And when we are in online, we can make it very interesting. Both are possible. Deepak ji, Phatak ji.
Thank you, sir. So actually, I have been advocating a blended kind of online and face-to-face interaction for last decade, and I am happy what you said. But I'll tell you my experience. I interacted with all the institutions virtually because due to pandemic, it was not possible to travel. It was quite effective in the sense that I interacted with faculty members of each institution, giving them a talk independently, similar talk, but interacting very heavily with them through such virtual interaction. However, I agree with you that there is something else which is there in a personal face-to-face meeting, like spontaneity is not available in this kind of virtual interaction. Secondly, apart from the lecture, there are occasions over a cup of tea or lunch or whatever when you meet with people and interact with them. So I don't think you can replace face-to-face interaction completely. But I agree with you. So what I would suggest, I would like to undertake. Fortunately, this time the colleges assigned to me seem to be only 3, which means it should be possible to, unless of course Dr. Srivastava comes up with another large list. Last time I had a very large number of institutions. But what I propose is I will visit these places for 1 or 2 days each. Will work out a timetable for further interaction, which could then be done virtually by mutual convenience.
Thank you so
That
much,
will be perfectly fine, sir.
Dr. Shankar Pal, sir.
Yes. Because I joined this program only just last year, and this year January I gave a 6 hours talk over online to this Bombay College of Pharmacy. So then also I realized that visiting in person always, as we all professor, we love to talk to the students and faculty members. And as just Professor Phatak mentioned, during tea break, you just talk about some other issues also, about the local problem, local and then future research problem. So this year I see that you have assigned 3 institutes, 2 from West Bengal in different districts and 1 from Hyderabad. So just definitely I would just love to visit those 3 places physically. And if I have problem, then just definitely I will just let you know to give the talk in online. But otherwise, I would personally love, because I've just started traveling to in different parts of India and as well as abroad. So I want to keep that spirit always, so visiting going on. Tomorrow I'll be going to IIT Guwahati. Day after I will be returning. So I love this program because my experience with Bombay College of Pharmacy, it was excellent this year in January. But I don't know why are you trying to complete only within just January? Why don't you extend up to just February also? Because this is August. Next month is Puja, October, September. So October will be Puja. Ganesh Chaturthi, and then Calcutta, all Durga Puja is that thing. So we are ready to it November, December. December, sometime we have got those Christmas Day holidays, and then the festival season. So if possible, you'll be extended up to February also.
Yeah,
It's
Professor.
my just
Yeah, I accept the suggestion that you have given. In fact, it should go through the entire academic year, maybe up to March, April also. We will extend it anyway. Because it was not happening, I put pressure on Srivastavaji. He wanted to compress and see that it is done. That's how it looks like. But we will certainly have it going up to March, April as well.
Yes.
And the next cycle will again start. You know, I want that.
Yes.
I am leaving the organization. It should not stop. I have told them very clearly this initiative should go on.
Restrictions to our just professors, we do not like at this stage.
Yeah,
So
correct.
we have to have those kind of relaxation.
Professor Paul, not only at this age, at any age, faculty are the ones who always are free thinkers. You know, they never want
Yes.
any restrictions.
Happy thinkers, but now the professors I'm just seeing here at the age group, definitely for not them also.
Yeah. Professor Gonsalves, you also wanted to say something.
Yeah, actually, I was also going to make the same point that I mean, I want to visit all the places in person, and there's very little time given. But I think now you've said that we can go beyond January, so that's good. And of course, we'll try to finish it earlier. But yeah, so
Okay, thank you, sir. Any other suggestions from the DCP?
Is there any restriction on the topics, or we can discuss with the head of the institution and select the topics? Because sometimes I find that technical subjects are well covered, but the questions related to personality development, communication skills are really in short supply. So I created a series called Shubham Karoti. That means what should have been taught at home, which is nowadays not taught at home. So is it possible for us to talk to the faculty and students to say that values, ethics are more important in terms of all these aspects? To be a good human being is the first thing. Then you can be engineer or architect or whatever is required. I mean, sort of, you know. I think there is somebody, and we are the people who can tell the institution as well as the students that first and foremost be a good human being actually, and then later on whatever the topics that are there. I mean, sort of.
Yeah, Professor Dhandeji, I think you are aware of our universal human values and student induction program.
Yeah, I am aware of it. But
So we've been
I want to strengthen that aspect along with other skills that are required to be imbibed by the students when they go for, particularly when they go for higher career in industries, etc., etc. And it is even required for higher studies also.
Absolutely, topic is not a limitation. In fact, whatever you feel is the right thing to be delivered, people chosen are such that they have their own way of how to deal with such colleges, how do we really motivate them, and that is what is to be done. And in the process, how do you create good citizenry out of those students who are graduating from those colleges is very important. How we respect each other is also important. Therefore, several values which you talked about, they also can be imparted. And if you go physically, many of these things happen very smoothly without even noticing.
Yes.
In online, probably it is much difficult for getting.
Yes.
So that is why a blend of going couple of times and then couple of times giving lectures is all fine. And sometimes the institution may also request for a particular topic which is of their interest, because there is no one who is in a position to give them that. Maybe a variety of things are possible in our interactions, and your experience through all of this, if you share with us, this scheme can be made even better and better in the years to come.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you so much, sir. Now session is open for
Anyone else? The
Yeah.
colleges also
Yeah.
are there.
yeah.
My one appeal to the institutions who have wished to join this whole scheme of things, and in which you are going to invite the professors at your mutual convenience, you must also see to it that large number of your students and faculty are all, they must be there so that you make use of it. You know, AICTE has put in so much effort. All these senior faculty members who have retired also are still active, and they're trying to give something back to the society. We must be also concerned about making this a successful scheme. So institutions, heads of the institutions, head of the departments, when they have invited, they must see to it that it is all done very well. The professors who have come in, they should also appreciate that you have made this function a grand success. That is a mutual one. And therefore, there is big responsibility on the institutions also, those who are inviting our professors of eminence here in your institution.
Professor S.K. Tomar, sir.
Yeah, namaste to all. It is a very good initiative that DCPs are going to different places and delivering lectures, and including all things like human values and other things. The only point which I was thinking of, that the time, like December, January, February in northern India is too cold. So I would request if the time span can be expanded up to March.
I already said up to March के April तक भी ले जाइए.
Oh,
Problem नहीं.
Yes,
right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
told it already. Yeah.
Any other suggestions or any query from the participating institutions, head of institution who are part of today's meeting?
Yeah, this is Ranjan Bose. Firstly, I'm very happy that this DCP program has been revitalized, and congratulations to AICTE for this. And we are honored to be associated with Professor Dinesh Singh. We have been interacting, and already there is a lot of excitement at our institute. And we would like to treat this as a hub and spoke model. We would like to invite teachers and students of neighboring institutes also, so that they can benefit from this kind of an interaction. And the invitation to other institutes can be also online. So those who cannot come physically, the faculty, of course, would be great to have physical interactions with the students here. But those students and teachers who are not in Delhi, for example, can also participate in this wonderful interactive session. And with perhaps with the permission of the distinguished professor, if part of the lectures can be recorded, it can be kept for posterity for others to, look at and understand and analyze. So overall, a very nice initiative, and it is also great to see a lot of stalwarts and people who I've met all here. Great to see all of you. My namaskar to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Any other query from the institutions?
Thank you, Ranjan Boshi. You are aware of the Ministry of Education scheme of GAN, Global Initiative of Academic Networks. We invite professors from abroad, but why not in our country itself? We have so much talent, so much that we must be making use of, and that's how this scheme was created. I'm sure you will invite students from not only neighboring institutions, but also online. Other institutions who are interested can also view that.
Right. And as they say, great teachers not just teach, they inspire. And I think that is what this great initiative is going to do. We are in need for a lot of inspiration, and we will get that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So, is there any query from the DCPs or any institutions?
Professor Tomar's hand is again raised. Is that earlier one? or again he has raised, I don't know.
Earlier ones.
Sorry, it was earlier one. Sorry.
Well, I'm still seeing the hand raised, so I said, you want to comment something more?
Okay.
So,
Premraj ji, आप कुछ कहना
Yeah,
चाहते हैं?
actually, Professor Anil Sesbudde, more than this scheme, I wish to take this opportunity to put on record my deepest gratitude and congratulations to you for steering AICT so wonderfully well for such long years. Indeed, your leadership has changed the basic perceptions about AICT, and therefore my very sincere and grateful thanks to you for initiating many great things, and this is one of them. I believe that perhaps if you can give the list of all the distinguished chair professors and the institution that they are attached with, so that later on at some point in time, they can amongst themselves have a virtual meeting to exchange notes about how things are happening. And AICT, if it can also give a feedback that you receive from those institutions about the lectures, it perhaps can help us in further fine-tuning it. But it's a great scheme, and my hats off to you for steering AICT so wonderfully well. And my best wishes for your future endeavor.
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you, sir. So we are winding up today's session. Now I request, we are winding up today's session. Now I request Sri Sanjay Das, Assistant Director, to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. At the outset, we are highly grateful to our honorable chairman, sir, because of whom this noble objective in the form of scheme we could be able to come up with, and this has been rejuvenated now. It's indeed a great move, sir, with your high leadership, and we acknowledge and grateful to you. And we are highly grateful to all distinguished persons in the person of eminence in various fields who have agreed and gave consent to come up with us on board in the noble objective. And we hope, and not only hope, we believe that this is going to be a great boon for all of us, institutes as well, and students. So this kind of objective, like upbringing a child, like you are mentoring the institutes and also the students. So we are looking forward to the future and hope this is going to be a great success. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks to all of you. And at the end, I also thank to the all staff FDC for their nice arrangement for the virtual meeting. Thanks. Namaskar.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you. Namaskar. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Karve?